I've been thinking a lot about the healing process that needs to take place in our country and our lives, following from my thoughts on justice that I shared last Saturday. As I did, I thought about where the difficulty in this process might be rooted. And of course, I didn't have to look very far because I found it in my very own nature. I realized that my own way of viewing a problem, particularly with regard to my own health, reveals a way of thinking that goes beyond myself and really shapes the way I approach the world as a whole. And I suspect that I'm not alone in this way of thinking. When it comes to dealing with my own health, I confess that I am not very proactive at discerning what's going on with me. If I experience an ache or a pain, my first reaction is to ignore it and say it will go away. I put it out of my mind and just go on. And then, if it still bothers me, I may take some ibuprofen and am content that I have solved the problem, when in reality I may just have covered it up for a while. And then when Linda notices that I'm having an issue, since I probably haven't mentioned anything to her about it, she will suggest that I get in touch with my doctor. At which point I will probably say something like, "I'll see how I feel next week," putting any action on my part off till a time later, if ever. Sometime there's something in me that doesn't want to do what I need to do, either because I know what needs to be done and I don't want to do it, or I'm afraid that something is truly wrong, and as long as I ignore it, I don't have to deal with it. And that is how I ended up with emergency open heart surgery 9 years ago. So that should have been a lesson learned, don't you think? But often we human beings can be very slow learners and need constant reminders that healing can't take place unless we see there is a problem. As I thought about the importance of putting things right, not only in our own lives, but in our world, I came across a quote from the Black author James Baldwin that said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed unless it is faced." There it is, the place we all must start in the healing process. We cannot heal what we do not acknowledge. Unless we name the problem in our hearts and minds, it really doesn't exist. So why would we concern ourselves with it? As my own experience showed, there's a world of hurt in that way of thinking, and the final outcome could be catastrophic. Hurt does not go away on its own. It needs to be spoken and heard. May we speak the hurts so that healing can begin to take place.